Last episode ended with the party deep in the center of the destroyed city of Redwater, face to face with a pack of Boggards who had hunted them across the entire continent. You may have caught us off guard last time, Edith. However, your tricks won't work thrice. Edith immediately sent out her pet rat Hansel into the middle of the group of Boggards and had him explode, and all of the Boggards immediately disappeared. Yes, they will. The party noticed something weird. There were no bodies left behind after the explosion. Then the Boggards all stepped out from behind the pillars in the room. The Spellseer had projected illusions of them into the room at first in order to cause Edith to waste her most powerful attack, and now the fight truly began. The party was already injured from their combat with the Ancrabs last episode, so the odds were immediately against them. In the second round of the fight, the Boggards were able to take down Jay as well as Tenebris. While both of them were bleeding out on the ground, Edith was trying to take out some of the enemies, but she was low on spell slots and could only throw a magic missile or two at them. Your magic is inferior, Edith, except that you've failed and meet your death with dignity. You may have more people, but I've got a dead squirrel. Edith reached into her bag and got out the Staff of Chaos, along with a dead squirrel for some reason, and she pointed the staff at the Boggard Spellseer and activated it. However, this time instead of getting lucky and having a helpful spell get cast, it ended up casting Fireball directly at Edith's feet. Soon, both Edith and Porkins were on their last few hit points, and half of the Boggards were still alive, and they were moving in for the kill. Then, everybody heard the large wooden doors to the temple swing open, and walking inside was a tall skeletal figure in full armor. It was Sir Geraldus the Confident. Within seconds, he cleaved through every Boggard soldier, leaving only the Spellseer left alive. I'll get you next time, Edith. The Spellseer activated a teleport scroll and disappeared from sight. Edith immediately went and used her last elixirs of life to heal Tenebris and Jay enough so that they were both back alive. Sir Geraldus, you actually made it here to Redwater? Of course. I am the Grand Defender of the city after all. However, it would seem that the place has had some problems in my absence. I'm afraid the Crystal Army has destroyed it already. However, I will find those responsible and defeat them. Good luck in your own travels, my friends, and may St. Jimmy bless your adventures as he has blessed mine. Sir Geraldus the Confident then left the building and disappeared into the city, just as fast as he had appeared. So, what's the plan now? Silsira's guards are waiting outside the exit to the city. We need to find a way to sneak past them. We could try asking them nicely to let us leave. What if we sent them a note lying about what happened in here, and then we could throw them off Arkayes and give us a few days head start until they betray us? We could use my animal companion to send the note. Wait, since when have you had an animal companion? I found a deer on the trip over to Redwater, and he followed me, so now we're a team. Alright, sure, yeah, that sounds like a plan. We could use your deer to send a letter to the guards while we flee to the east. Where should we go? Let's go to East Cliff for now, because the only other city that direction is New Ashton, and there's no way we're going there. That place gives me the creeps. Yeah, it's weird. I swear New Ashton wasn't here on the map when we first got it, but it's not like the map could have changed, so I must just be misremembering. Anyway, East Cliff it is. The party quickly wrote a note, handed it to Porkin's deer companion, then fled out onto the road to the east. After a few minutes, the deer arrived at Silsira's guards and handed them the letter. What does it say? They said, "Someone took what we came for, chasing them east." Looks like Silsira was right. They backstabbed us. Is it time to kill them? Not quite. I'll try to talk to them first, see if we can remedy this without violence, but keep your crossbows loaded. At the first sign of them not listening, we'll follow Silsira's plan. Porkin's deer companion then turned around and began to run back towards where the party was traveling so that it could meet back up with them. However, this also meant that the guards were able to just follow the deer right to where the party was. Since the party was on foot and the guards were traveling on 2 carts, They were able to catch up to the adventurers in only half an hour of travel. So, where are these people that stole the eye? They ran away really fast, but I think I heard them yelling about New Ashton, so I bet that's where they're heading. Look, we all know that you're lying. I can literally see that Tenebris has the eye. Also, if you're gonna make something up, at least make it believable. What even is New Ashton? It's the city up northeast of here. What? There's no city there, but that's beside the point. Give us the eye. How about a dead squirrel instead? Alright, I'm only going to say this one last time, and I'm going to make it extremely clear for you, because it's clear to me that none of you are very intelligent. Give me the eye, or we kill all of you. I'd like to see you try. The first bolt hit Porkins right in the lung. He struggled to breathe as he said, "That wasn't very nice." He might have wanted to say more, but he was cut off as another bolt pierced through his eye right into his skull, and he was dead before he hit the ground. The party immediately scattered and started to flee, but it was an open clearing. There was nowhere to run to. The next bolt hit Tenebris through the back of the throat, and he too dropped dead, leaving only Edith and Jay left alive. However, that changed shortly afterward as 2 bolts hit Edith in the back, and she fell to the ground dead as well. A bolt was then fired at Jay, but he managed to dodge it. He sprinted towards the carts and hopped on top of one. He dodged bolt after bolt, one bad die roll away from death, and he managed to successfully ride the cart away into the woods far to the north, out of the guard's sight. Don't worry about him. We'll come back out and get him later. For now, just loot the bodies and we'll head back to Silverwick. A few days later, Baruma walked into the throne room of Sulcira, far above the city of Silverwick. Just like you thought would happen, the adventurers tried to betray us. And where are they now? Dead. All of them are dead. Good. Now go alert the entirety of the Thief Lord's court. I believe it's time for all of us to have a meeting. And while we are waiting for them to arrive, I'm going to need you to take the Eye of Tarjan and find Merlos' mansion for me. Meanwhile, in the dark woods in the northeastern portion of the continent, Jay was riding in his cart, injured and alone. He knew that it was only a matter of time until the guards came back to try to find him, so he was traveling towards the only place they wouldn't look. The one place that he had wanted to avoid at all costs. The city of New Ashton.